urgent tone, a subcontractor arrives to conduct hot works on a UK construction site. They realize their standard grinder is broken. To save time, they swap it for a different, unfamiliar tool and alter their cutting process on the fly. Within minutes, combustible debris catches fire. High-risk construction tasks are typically managed through established controls. However, when a process, a piece of equipment, or a specific worker changes without a formal review, those existing controls often no longer apply to the task at hand. The legal weight of this issue was established in the 1938 case of Wilson's and Clyde Coal Company versus English. This ruling dictated that an employer has a personal, non-delegable duty to provide a safe system of work. The responsibility for safety cannot be passed down the chain. Welcome to Scales of Safety. To pass the NEBOSH construction certificate, you must approach safety as a strict exercise in procedural control, which is the core focus of Element 3, managing change and procedures. By looking closely at this fire, we can see exactly where the coordination between the management and the workforce broke down. Looking at the lead-up to the incident, the site management failed to address the impact of the subcontractor's equipment change before the work began. Section 2 of the Health and Safety at Work Act requires employers to provide a safe system of work. This obligation includes a requirement to actively maintain that system when site conditions change. This flowchart breaks down the 5-step development process of a safe system of work. Step 1 is to analyze the task. Step 2 is to identify the hazards, using job safety analysis, which breaks the job down into component parts to assess the risks. Step 3 is to introduce controls and method statements. Step 4 requires instruction and training. Step 5 is monitoring the system. This pulsing red box shows exactly where our site failed. Nobody monitored the subcontractor's new equipment once it was brought onto the site. A safe system of work provides little protection if it is treated as a static document. It must always adapt to ground-level reality. On the site clipboard, we find that the worker possessed a signed permit to work for the hot works. We have to determine why the fire occurred despite this authorization. Examiners look for an understanding that a permit to work does not make a job safe. It is a formal control mechanism authorizing entry into the broader safe system of work. The permit issuer is the person with sufficient authority to control the activity. They ensure isolations are in place, assess worker competence, and sign on behalf of the employer. The permit receiver signs to agree to the exact conditions of the permit. Those conditions were violated when the subcontractor changed their equipment without reporting it to the issuer. A permit to work only protects a construction site if the authorized conditions match the actual execution of the task. Once the fire ignites, reactive emergency response takes over. The site must rely on emergency lighting and determine if they need an appointed person or a fully trained first aider to treat injuries. This blueprint details strict UK metrics for evacuation routes. In high-risk enclosed structures, the maximum travel distance for a dead end is 25 meters, leading to exit doorways that must be a minimum of 750 millimeters wide. During the evacuation, the fire marshal executes vital duties, sweeping the building, isolating power and plant if it is safe to do so, and conducting the roll call at the predetermined assembly point. When proactive risk controls fail, the survival of your workforce depends on rehearsed, legally compliant emergency procedures. With the fire extinguished, management must analyze the data. Active monitoring, like routine safety tours, allows managers to catch equipment failures before they cause harm. Reactive monitoring investigates the failures after the incident has already occurred. A formal investigation starts with the immediate cause. This is the direct, obvious, unsafe act or condition. In this case, sparks hitting the combustible debris. This root cause tree maps the deeper failures. The underlying cause is the condition that allowed the spark, the deviation from the permit to work. The deep root cause is the management failure to control subcontractor changes. Examiners look for candidates who can trace a physical accident back to the systemic failings in management culture and control systems. Because this fire caused a plant stoppage of over 24 hours, it must be reported online as a dangerous occurrence under RIDOR, the Reporting of Injuries, Diseases, and Dangerous Occurrences Regulations. RIDOR also mandates reporting specified injuries. This category includes bone fractures, amputations, crush injuries to the head or torso, and burn injuries covering more than 10% of the body. You must also report any accidents leading to more than 7 days of incapacitation within 15 days, alongside occupational diseases like hand-arm vibration syndrome and occupational asthma. To check your recall, try to list the 5 steps of a safe system of work, define a root cause, and list the exact RIDDOR reporting timelines for each incident type. Mastering Element 3 provides the procedural framework required to pass the NEBOSH Construction Certificate and ensures every worker on your site goes home safely.